back to Cosmic Life. Today I'm going to talk about the horoscope for the week of March 3rd through the 10th. When we come back, there will be a new moon, and we have a lot of energy leading up to the new moon. So let's talk about it. First, I want to point out there's a lot of energy grouped together between Aquarius and Taurus. So if you have a chart, you may want to take a look and see how this is impacting those houses, because that's where a lot of the planets are just kind of bunching up. Pisces season is in full effect. So we have Saturn, Neptune, the Sun, Mercury, and we have Venus making its way towards Pisces, and then Mars will follow. So we're going to have a very heavy lineup soon within the next couple of weeks once Mars gets in there. As all the planets start to gather in Pisces, Saturn is the anchor. Saturn is, the reality check, the stability factor that kind of keeps, especially the Neptune energy, from floating away from itself. The personal planets move pretty quick, so they won't be in Pisces for very long, and Saturn is basically kind of taming all that energy through Pisces. So as I'm recording this right now, we have Venus making a sextile to Chiron in the North Node. That is bringing a easy energy to Venus and highlighting where she's been healing, and maybe even taking note as to, where she's been and where she's going. Venus also is making a square to Uranus. And with that square, it started last week and I talked about it then. It is going to hang around for another couple of days. There's an unpredictability factor when Uranus is involved, because that's just the way that Uranus rolls. And with Venus making a square to it, there could be some shakeups that are needed during this time to the feminine energies, or the Venus energies, which is love, money, creative projects. And there could also be a surprise factor involved as well. So, Uranus could be bringing something to light that was unexpected regarding money, love, creative projects. It could be, a stroke of genius, so to speak, when it comes to creativity. And this is meant to bring a positive outcome. And I say that because Uranus is in Taurus, which Venus rules, and Venus is in Aquarius, which Uranus rules. And that's called a mutual reception when that happens. So that means that the planets are understanding each other. They're understanding what they're both bringing to the table, even though it may be challenging, or it may be something that causes, kind of a stumble. So the outcome from a mutual reception is meant to be beneficial. So if you do have some kind of turbulence happening during the square time, it is meant to bring something to your awareness that will provoke change for your benefit. As we move on through the week, there's a lot of energy happening this week, all leading up to the new moon. And we have a lot of energy that's meant to push us. When I talked about Venus squaring Uranus, Mars is also going to come into a square with Uranus after Venus releases from that square. And so there'll again be another, a shakeup regarding the masculine energies, your passion, your drive, the actions that you're taking. And, again, another, reason for taking a look at things that may have not been expected. Obviously, there's no mutual reception with Mars in Aquarius. It's pretty neutral in Aquarius, but it's not making a mutual reception like Venus did. So there's more favorable energy for Venus making the mutual reception. However, with Mars making a square to Uranus, there could be, some sudden violent action being taken on, the worst case scenario. Best case scenario, you could be provoked to take some kind of action that you can't avoid, but it has to be done. And as we get towards the later half of the week, we're going to see Saturn making a sextile to Jupiter. Saturn is in Pisces, Jupiter is in Taurus, and a sextile can bring an easy energy. So this could be an energy of reward for hard work. Saturn could be anchoring Jupiter's expansive, very flighty ideas or ideals. And it could also be, Jupiter could be granting some gifts or opportunity to the lessons learned from Saturn, okay? Then we see Mercury making a sextile to Uranus. I told you there's a lot. And Mercury sextile Uranus is another energy of, maybe sudden information coming to light, a sudden communication or development that can help facilitate change, because that's what Uranus likes. That's what makes Uranus unpredictable is, it doesn't conform to standards, and it likes change, and it likes disruptions. So look out for that as well, because that could bring another shock factor with Mercury involved in a sextile. We also will see the Sun sextile Uranus, which will highlight whatever information Mercury is bringing to light. It may be something that needs to be, finished in order to, because we're talking about the Sun in Pisces, and that's why I say finished, because Pisces is the last sign. So the Sun could be highlighting what information Mercury is bringing, and also, showing you where you need to finish up something that you've been working on, or finish whatever agreements need to be made. When we get into Friday, we have Venus conjuncting the moon in Aquarius. And normally Venus conjuncting the moon could make a very romantic and, emotional and energy. However, we're talking about Aquarius, and Aquarius is not, very emotional. Aquarius is an air sign. And so this may be more of a friendly energy that plays out at the end of the week, where, maybe a bunch of girlfriends get together that haven't seen each other in a long time. Or there could be, because Aquarius is, they're not afraid to, separate and kind of be the leader of their own pack. It could also be a separation of emotions. But that's, probably a rare incident. I see this being more of a friendly kind of energy on Friday. And then come the weekend, we have Mercury and Neptune conjunct in Pisces, and this can bring confusion for sure. There's no way around it, because Neptune is very dreamy and has its own visions and illusions of ideas, and it's a foggy energy because it goes deep. Neptune is very spiritually connected, and because of the potential for illusions that may be deceiving, there's a very good potential of some unclear information, unclear communication. Something just doesn't seem right, okay? And, it may bring up something that may have been hidden, because Pisces is, a hidden realm that needs to be worked through. And then we get to Sunday, which I'll talk about then. We have the new moon in Pisces. So we have a lot of energy happening throughout the week that brings us to a new moon. And I think there's a lot of potential for things kind of being brushed up from under the rug that may cause you to have a new beginning, or, may need to take a different approach. So take a look at where Pisces is in your chart. That's where a lot of this activity is taking place. That'll give you a clue as to what area of your life this is going to affect. And if you have any planets or points that are connecting to where these planets are transiting, you'll feel that impact even more. So I hope you enjoyed this week's astrology. We have a new moon coming, so there's new energy coming with it. And stay tuned for more. Have a great day.